Every day, people around you are living with sensory issues. Some have sensory processing disorder, some have autism, some have Asperger's syndrome, and some have yet to be diagnosed. Nevertheless, neurological differences make it challenging and sometimes even impossible for people with sensory issues to make sense of what they're seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, and feeling both within their bodies as well as the world around them. Together, we, the leaders of the greater sensory community, are joining forces for the first time to speak with a single voice. We've started a movement we're calling Sensory is Real. Our goal is to make it clear, once and for all, that sensory issues exist, and that sensory issues are very real for the people who live with them. How do we know that sensory is real? Keep listening to hear some of our most important voices speak on this subject.
I know that sensory is real because I have seen preschoolers on the playground in constant motion, climbing to the top of the jungle gym where other children know instinctively they shouldn't go, craving spinning and twirling activities, always in action, never filled up, never satisfied.
I'm Temple Grandin, professor of animal science at Colorado State University. And when I was a little kid, I had no language and lots of autistic symptoms, no speech until age 4. And sensory problems really are real. When I was in elementary school, when the school bell went off, it hurt my ears like a dentist drill hitting a nerve. Scratchy petticoats were like sandpaper just rubbing my skin raw. Sensory issues in children and adults with autism are real.
I know sensory is real because I deal with it every day, and if I don't get my movement, I get really stressed. Before I was diagnosed at school, it was really hard for me because I got told off for things I couldn't help and no one believed me when I said I couldn't help it. But now people know sensory is real, and I find it easier at school, but one thing's for certain that will never change. I need to move!
I know sensory is real because in our research lab, we've been able to measure brain-based differences in our boys and girls with sensory processing disorder.
I know that sensory is real because so many kids, teens, and adults struggle to use sensory information from the outside world and inside their bodies to feel and function at their best. And now we have the research to prove it.
I know that sensory is real because sudden touches and loud noises make me want to jump out of my skin and into a volcano.
And I know that sensory is real because every time my daughter says, I am looking for something, I know she really means that she wants to touch everything in the house.
I know sensory is real because I deal with auditory issues every day. And when I do, I thank God it's not full-blown SPD.
I know sensory is real because it's only logical. The brain has to process and filter incoming sensory data. The idea that this one brain process can't ever go wrong and can't fall outside of normal boundaries seems kind of silly.
I am sure that sensory is real because, well, how else could it be this awesome, really?
I know sensory is real because a sensory diet and sensory integration therapy from an OT were the keys to resolving my son's multiple developmental delays.
I know that the sensory is real because as a therapist, I see the significance and the importance of the sensory system and the kinds of problems that come up when the sensory system is working differently.
I know sensory processing is real because I've been studying it since 1972, and every year we see between 400 and 500 families with children who have really significant issues due to their sensory processing differences, who with treatment become happy, well-adjusted, and interactive parents and children.
I know that sensory is real because I've lived with sensory issues for 32 years, and as an advocate of the sensory processing disorder community, I hear from people across the globe every single day sharing stories about their lives with sensory sensitivities.
I know sensory is real because I live with it every day as a mother to children with sensory processing disorder. Through my nonprofit, I've spoken with thousands of families from all over the world. We come from different backgrounds, different beliefs, different locations, but it's so incredible when I talk to these families. We're all saying the same stuff. We're saying the same stories about our sensory loved ones, whether it's a sensory child, a sensory teen, or a sensory adult. And sometimes I get sensory adults themselves. And it's just so amazing, and I'm so thankful every time I get to speak with them, because I know that I'm not alone, and they know that they're not alone. So we would love for you guys, if you're feeling alone, to not feel alone. So we would love for you to join our movement, because we love our sensory kids, we love our sensory teens, and we love our sensory adults. And we would love to spread love and acceptance. I've said love like 20 times right now, but there's so much love we have for you guys, and I just can't say it enough. So if you would like to join us, if you can relate to this, if you have sensory loved ones or you're a sensory person yourself, please share this video so we can spread love and acceptance. We would love to hear from you. I need to get a different word because I keep using that word. How is sensory real to you? Please share that with us and let us know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it and hope you have a great day.